What's up? Oh, the irony of as soon as I hit go live, my thing says, it's time to stand up. Rude. Well, I guess I'm not getting a standing thing this hour, but that is okay. That is okay. I am just feeling compelled to sit and chat about whatever the heck comes up because call it procrastination. It's probably procrastination. But I've written up a couple Instagram posts, I've gotten them scheduled, and I'm like, what else? What else can I do? And I have to film. I have a video that I'm working on that I have to film like a conclusion for. But it's funny because I'm like, but I'm not going to film it like this, but instead I'll go live looking like this. So what difference does it really make? I don't know. I don't know. But I feel compelled to be like more formal in that video. And then here we can just sit and we can chat. Hello, Amberly, Lissa, and Rosie. Good to see you all today. I don't even know what I'm on chit chat about. I just wanted to come on here. I still have some coffee left in my cup. So I figured, why not? Let's chat. A couple things that have currently been on my mind this week has been a little bit weird because we are working on packing. So my office is a mess. You can't see it at this angle, which is great, but my office is a mess as I have pulled out what I think is all the makeup I'm going to need for the next 6 weeks and trying to decide what other what office things need to come with me for the next 6 weeks and what can I, in theory, live without? And as a chronic overpacker, this is proving to be like a challenge, but also weirdly easy because like I'm really trying to just like cut down, you know? I'm like, how little can I bring for my holiday travel? Because I am notorious. And my husband was last time too. Remember how we were gone for like 4 months last year? That's not happening this year. But we packed all the things. And so like let's take clothes for example. I packed several weeks worth of clothes for Florida. I'm pretty sure I wore the same 3 bottoms and 4 shirts the whole time I was down there. And you can check Instagram stories and photos and everything for pretty much proof of that. I wore the same thing over and over and over and over again. It was Florida, shorts, tank top, the end. I brought one dress and I didn't wear the dress once. This time around, I do have a dress that I need to wear because we have a party that we're doing. We're hosting, throwing, whatever. But it's just one of those things that I'm like, okay, so what lessons can Brianna learn about packing from last year's experience? And like, how many warm weather clothes do I need versus cold weather clothes? And what's like actually legitimate? And so far, y'all, so far, I have one bin that is for like my office stuff. My husband's like, let's see if you can keep your work stuff to one bin, your office related things to one bin. And we're trying to throw our clothes into one suitcase plus one smaller suitcase that's like a garment bag for like nicer clothes. Um, and so far, and I don't like, I feel like I'm going to forget something major, but I literally have in a little pile over here my 2022 power sheets, the sticker book that goes with the 2022 power sheets, and my, let's see, and this. I have fine tip marker set with every color I could possibly need, extra fine tip marker set from with any color I could possibly need, and my mild liners are in here. That's all I have. Because I'm like, well, and then I have 4 books so far. I have 3 fiction books and the book club book for this month. And I might throw one more hardcover book in there, but then I'm also sitting here going, what is reasonable? What am I actually going to get through in 6 weeks, knowing there's holiday stuff and this and that and the other thing happening? So I'm like, do I really need to bring 4 books or should I only bring 2? I don't know. Do you use the dot markers? I freaking love them. I don't have dot markers. What dot markers are you talking about? My mild liners are just the dual ended. There's a pointy end on one end and there's a highlighter on the other. That's what my mild liners are. And I didn't grab my entire collection, but like these are colors that I'm pretty positive I don't need. So those are staying here, but I grabbed the mild liners that are appropriate for Moxie Life and for Power sheets. Holy cow. Excuse me while I caffeinate. The dot markers, there are dot markers, the Sakura Zig dot markers. I don't own those. I kind of want them though. Do they match the Moxie Life and the Power Sheets? Like, I'm not opposed. I'm really not opposed. Sakura Zig dot markers. Googling Sakura markers. Clean color dot double-sided marker. Jet pens. Oh, and they have pretty colors. Interesting. You know what would be really fun about those is a much cleaner color coding on my to-do list because I have been known to, and I do this with the mild liners, but I have nothing. This is my schedule today, guys. I have nothing written on here, which is why like I'm seriously considering not even bringing my planner, which is crazy, but like I literally only need this month. I only need this month. And so is it really worth it when in reality I can just use Google Calendar and a to-do list app on my phone, you know? Um anyway, I will take my mild liners and I will fill in dots sometimes for like today's top 3 and I'll take it and I'll go like here we go. I'll do this. I'll go dee, 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 but it's like it's not perfect and it kind of oversaturates the thing. But like I will do that. So the only benefit to me having the dot markers is that well in this specific planner is that it would be easier to just go boop, 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 and it'd be a little bit more uniform. I've had them for years, and last year they got super popular. Interesting. Someone gave me swatches of the dot markers compared to the mile liners because that's an important thing. Yeah, it is an important thing. I've gone to a digital planner on my iPad. Do you love it? I feel like part of me has always wanted to go digital, but I also feel like is that almost more upkeep? Do you have to buy one every year and it comes dated and everything? And is it too like I don't know. I've considered it, but they match the Moxie Life and probably Power Sheets. The clean dot is why I got it. So yeah, yeah. I wouldn't say no to them being in my life, but also they do match really well. Look at those color choices. Also, I don't know if I need to spend $35 on pens when I own so many markers. I own so many, so many. Um, yeah, Etsy has great planners. I know I've seen them around, and it's one of those things like I kind of want to try it, but also I have systems that work. The only difference, like the only thing that would benefit me with is my iPad is a mini iPad, so it would fit better in like my purse or whatever. Although my littlest purse, it wouldn't fit in anyway. But if I wanted to like start carrying it around with me, it would be easier to carry around than it would be to carry the Erin Condren Life Planner around. Um, that's really the only benefit to me. But like, here's the reality: digitally, I use Google. I use Google Calendar. It syncs to my phone. It syncs to my watch. My husband can see the calendar if I share it with him, so he can see what I'm up to. We can share specific calendars. So I like my digital planner is that. And then my to-do list digitally is the reminders app because I am a completely Apple oriented human being. So all my computer, my iPad, my phone, my watch are all Apple, which means everything works seamlessly together. So I can see my to-do list on any other thing. And the same thing with the to-do list is my husband and I share a couple of them. So if I'm not like using a paper to-do list with pretty markers and doing all my jam, it's all digital and synced to my husband, which is super helpful, you know? Um, I wish I could get just a few colors of the mile liners and dots. I can't justify spending $60 on pens. I'm intrigued by digital planning, but that will require me getting an iPad. Do you have the adorable purple iPad mini? It looked like I've looked at it every few days and trying to decide if I want it. So I don't have a new one. Do they have like cute colored ones now? I was looking at iPads just yesterday because my family is getting a new one. and I noticed that they had colors. iPad mini new. Show me the iPad mini new. My iPad is in a purple oh, I see it. Oh, it's pretty. It's pretty. No, I don't have it, but I want it. I don't actually remember what year I bought my iPad mini in. My iPad mini acts as the reason I started getting iPad minis is it basically acts as a Kindle for me. So it's a Kindle and it is from when I went to the gym, it's what I brought along to watch YouTube, Netflix, whatever. So it's my little gym workout entertainment source. Now that I work out from home, unless I'm explicitly bringing like YouTube downstairs, I don't even use it for the gym. It's literally I use it for Sudoku. I do have it for I have good notes. So like some PDF things from like the style course and stuff I've been doing, I'm downloading into good notes and I'm doing those digitally instead of printing them out. Um, and so like I use it and I have my Apple Pencil and I love it. I love the whole system. Part of me, part of the new iPencil clicks right to the side and is a lot more pro than the previous models. Oh, I want it. I want it. I will. So here's the reality. When this iPad kicks the bucket, I'll probably pick up a cute purple one. Like, absolutely. I love the color stuff that Apple is doing right now. Like everything they're releasing is rainbow. I almost, almost purchased one of the pretty colored desktop computers. The problem is those desktop computers don't come with enough horsepower to do what I needed to do. So my new computer was the bigger, and it's the thing I'm on now, the bigger MacBook Pro, which was stupid expensive. But the reality was the pretty purple iMac didn't do, like, I couldn't upgrade it enough to get it to the power that I wanted it to be for all of the content creation and storage and everything. I'm like, well, that's lame. Cause I really, because I'm a dork. I have a white desk. So how pretty would the purple computer and the purple keyboard and the purple mouse look? Like it would be perfect. And it's like Diva and the Divine Purple anyway. So it would have been amazing. But no. But so it would be really fun to have like and my phone, what color is my phone? I have the green phone. It's dark forest green, but I did buy the colored phone. Um, but yeah, people editing videos on iPad minis, it's crazy. I don't think I have the patience to edit on an iPad mini. I don't have the patience. I updated my computer to the newest thing, OS Monterey, and I think it's messing with my Final Cut and it has made editing so frustrating. So frustrating. Just like things are taking longer. And I'm like, come on, you're supposed to be more efficient. Let's go. So I have to I'm hoping that within the next week or two, like some bug fixes come out or whatever. Cause I'm like, editing a video took me twice as long. Not twice. That's being over dramatic, but there were plenty of times where I had to stop, let the rainbow wheel think, and then I could continue. And I'm like, come on, you're supposed to be much more efficient. Why are you jacking me up? I shouldn't have updated right away. I'm a glutton for punishment and I update my iOSs and everything. New latest and greatest comes out and I should stop doing that. I really should. I haven't learned. Which MacBook do you get? I have the MacBook 16-inch MacBook Pro, 16-inch, and I up leveled a couple of things. It was like a $4,000 computer. It was really expensive. But it's business. This is my work right here in this computer. And the other reason that I got the laptop, because in reality, like with us up and moving and whatever, like I couldn't easily pick up my like an iMac and go. So what I would have ended up having to do is I would have had to end up, let me see if I can find out about this Mac. What do I have? Intel Core i9, 2.3 gigahertz, 8 core, Intel Core i9, 32 gigabytes of memory, like RAM. I think I have 1 or 2 terabytes of, it's an Intel, the Intel one. Storage. I have 2 terabytes of storage on here. Like she be souped up. She be souped up. Um, Explicitly because Final Cut takes so much effort to run. It takes so much effort. right before they came out with the new ones. I know I did. I know. And it's fine. Like it's going to do what I needed to do. It's not a big deal. One of the next things that I want will be my camera. This is doing what I needed to do. It was great until the problem is Apple keeps updating things in the software, and that's like they update Final Cut or whatever, and it runs less efficiently. I'm like, come on, I paid $300 for this application. Quit screwing it up. Like, let me just do my work. Leave me alone. You know. Um, but it's okay. One day I'll get the pretty iPad. For now, my iPad has a cute purple cover on it, so you can't even see what color the iPad is. I think I have a pink iPad. I think it's rose gold. I can't remember though. Um, but it's fine. I'm all teched out. I'm all teched out, and it's good. It's good. They have two. They just came out with like versions of the MacBook Pro. Of course they did. Of course they did. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It probably costs more than what I paid for the thing, but who the heck knows? Who even knows? I don't. Anyway, does anybody have anything they would like to talk about today? I've just been kind of on a mentally everywhere. I've been mentally everywhere. And I'm just now realizing that I came up here originally to do my morning pages, and I haven't done them yet. Nope, I dived right into work. My bad. But the reason I was thinking about morning pages is because in my morning pages lately, which I actually decided to sideline the Artist's Way journal because I have the Artist's Way journal, and but like it's laid out the same way the book is, which is week by week. And I'm like, I don't want to be under that constraint when I'm traveling and whatever. And so I started this. So for the rest of the year, my morning pages are going to be done in a Marauders Map notebook. This is the second Marauders Map notebook that I've done because I'm a Harry Potter nerd. So in my morning pages, I started like, apparently, like I'm just dying to dive into my power sheets and my goal setting for the year because it's all I can think about when it comes, like when I start writing and brainstorming and journaling. It's all that comes out is like, what are my goals going to be? And what are all of the things, because I'm just so like, I don't want to say that I'm not focused on what I'm supposed to be doing now, but what I'm supposed to be doing now, like you guys saw, if you are in my Patreon, you saw what my goals were for this month, and there aren't many of them. I think I had like what, 6 goals in total for monthly, weekly, and daily, 6 or 7. Like it wasn't much. And oh, Harry Potter, I don't think is at Disney. It would be at Universal, Rosie. Harry Potter's not Disney. So you'd have to pick. Do you want to go to Disney or do you want to go to Universal? I'm assuming that's how it is in Florida. Is you have Universal Studios and Island of Adventure, and then you have the Disney parks. And one of the Harry Potter parks is in Universal Studios, and one of the Harry Potter parks is in Islands of Adventure. And you can take, if you have the Park Hopper Pass, you can take the Hogwarts Express to get from one to the other. Today, Tuesday is the 20th anniversary of the 20 years. It's literally been my life. It's my best years of my life have all been Harry Potter. I stand by. I firmly believe that like that is one of the like the pivotal things in my childhood, and one of the things that no other generation will get to experience like we did was the release of the Harry Potter stuff. Harry Potter started in our childhood, and we had to sit and wait for the books. We got to go to midnight releases of the books or day of releases of the books. We would go to Borders or Sam's Club, wherever we could get the books. And then we would sit and read, and then we would finish the book, and we would have to wait in anticipation for the next year for the book to come out. And then the same thing happened with the movies. The same thing. No other generation is ever going to know that. Like that anticipation and that like how long was it? Like a decade-long experience for us? It had to have been. It was an entire decade of our life dedicated to waiting on, anticipating the Harry Potter world, which I think I enjoyed it. You guys know I'm a big Harry Potter nerd. I enjoyed it so much. I enjoyed it so stinking much. Um, it's just still watch the movies. Oh, I do too. I do too. And read the book. And now that we're road tripping, I got my on audio. So we're going to be listening to Harry Potter most of the driving we do over the next 6 weeks, which is going to be awesome. It makes my heart so happy that he's finally interested enough in it where like I'll never get him to sit down and read them, but the audiobooks is the best I can do, and I'm fine with that. Like I've been loving reliving things in the audiobook world too. And it's just one of those things like no other children now are never going to be able to experience that level of anticipation. And I don't know that they have a thing that is similar to that, and I loved that. I loved the waiting and the anticipation of it coming out and all of it. Oh, so good. It was so good. Reading my comments. Anniversary of the UK release. I'm a dork. I still read Harry Potter fan fiction. I've never dived into the fan fiction, Rosie. That's something I haven't done. Agreed. It is the first big series written for our generation, set in our time with characters that are our age. Yep. Didn't Harry Potter turn 40 this year? Yeah, I think he did. Like it's just I'm like, and I turn 35 next week. Like I'm like, this is it's and that's one of the things, the way you said it is right, set in our time with characters that are our age. One of the reasons I think that I loved Harry Potter so much is I feel like J.K. Rowling did a great job of making it feel like it really could be real. Like the way she married London and the Muggle world with the magic world, like it seemed like it could 100% be legit. And that's for me, that's what made it like because it felt like it could be real. Like it wasn't in my opinion, like the whole premise of it and everything was integrated so well into normal Muggle society that like it could be real. And I think that's why I was into it. It wasn't so far-fetched, it wasn't so out there that it just seemed utterly crazy. Um, I just felt like, "Oh, this is just another world that we as Muggles don't know." Like, it just felt very real to me, and I think it's one of the reasons that I loved it, because it was full of fantasy and everything, but also not. Um, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but, like, that's really how why I felt so attached to it. It's fun because they tweak things like what if Sirius would have gotten released when Harry was 5, or what if Harry and Hermione started dating when Ron got to book 4? It's not real? Oh, exactly, exactly. And it because it feels like it could be, that's why I got so attached to it. The fan fiction is interesting. That's just something I've never gotten into, but I could see how there'd be a whole especially what if scenarios. There are so many different things where, like, if you tweaked just a little bit of it, like well, and so here's the thing about it not being real, but feeling real. Go to Harry Potter world. It's real. It's r I and I've told you guys this before in different lives. I've lost my crap in Harry Potter world because it was literally the world that I grew up anticipating come to life. And I actually, not too long ago, recommended video on YouTube was I get Harry Potter ones. I don't even know why. I don't remember what I Googled to find it, but now it is on my recommended list every once in a while. And one of them was the actors going to the park for the first time to like open it or to see it, whatever. And even they said, what's crazy about this, like meaning the Hogsmeade Park and everything, is they managed to actually bring the world to life. They're like, for us, it's just a set. And you walk behind the building and it's nothing. It's a filming studio. It's not real. But you come here, you go to Orlando, and you're actually in the real world. They managed to create a 360-degree, fully immersive life experience out of something that even the actors didn't get to fully experience. So it was even cool for them to be like, oh my gosh, this is real. Like they created our world for real instead of it being just a set piece. And that is exactly how I felt when I walked through it. I was just like everything about it was just fabulous. It was just fabulous. I'm itching to go back. I'm itching to go back. I don't know if we'll go, and I know we will at some point. We absolutely will. I will demand it that we will go. I don't know that'll happen this trip to Florida, but as like within the next couple of years, especially as COVID starts to, please God, die down and like be more normal, um, then I want to go back, and especially I want to take my husband now that he truly appreciates everything in that world. I think he'll get a kick out of it. Um, but it's so cool. Oh man. I used to write fan fiction. Meet up at Harry Potter World. Oh my gosh, you know how cool that would be? Do you know how cool that would be? I would 100% do a Harry Potter World meetup. It'd be a real expensive meetup for all of you, but it would be a lot of fun. Especially the Florida one. It's far superior to California. The Florida one was it was so good. I I had the time of my life. I really did. I'm a 5th year, meaning I have been 4 times, about to go the 5th time. Well, that means I'm only a lousy 2nd year because I haven't even gone the 2nd time yet. Um, I was there in Florida when it opened. Now I have to go back and see what they've added. I feel like I'm missing out because I've never gone. Like, honestly, I never like, you if as a diehard fan, I feel like it needs to be a bucket list item if you're a diehard fan. Like, save the pennies and make that your extravagant vacation because it's worth it if you are a diehard Harry Potter fan. It really is. Um, you feel like you're shopping in Diagon Alley, actually getting your money at Gringotts and going on an adventure with Hagrid on the motorbike. Yeah, and walking through the castle. The even the lines for the rides were what was just bonkers to me. Like, you as we were standing in Gringotts, I'm sitting there, I'm like, "I'm in Gringotts." Like, without a doubt. Without a doubt, I am absolutely standing in Gringotts Bank. Like, this isn't a park. I'm in Gringotts Bank. Look at all the goblins doing their thing. Like, it's crazy getting your wand the first time. I didn't get a wand. I feel like maybe this time I should. Like, or the next time I go. Like, the next time we go, I want to do like the full experience, I think. Because I'm just like, what do I need with a wand? I don't need a wand. But I mean, y'all, look up there. I'm slowly but surely, I have Hagrid's hut Legos right there. This is the astronomy tower, or the clock tower, and my husband got me for my birthday. He gave it to me early. The astronomy tower. Like, I'm slowly but surely collecting all of the Harry Potter Legos. Like, I'm a diehard fan. I'm a diehard fan. So I probably should have a wand that I can also display, you know. Um I wonder if I can find any good Ravenclaw merch. I mean, oh yeah, that's a good point. I have a Gryffindor shirt and I have a Hogwarts shirt. I didn't even think at the time I wasn't willing to accept what house I was in because I wanted to be in Gryffindor because that's what the main characters were in. But I am 100% a Hufflepuff and should probably own Hufflepuff stuff. And they do. They have merch for every house. They do. Um, I wonder if can you they're really balanced at the house. Yep, yep. Do the experience. It's fantastic. Slytherin forever. I love it. Oh my gosh. Y'all, how do we always end up on Harry Potter? Not that I'm complaining, but I just think it's so funny that we regularly end up on Harry Potter as a topic. It's it's great. Now I just kind of want to like watch Harry Potter. Maybe that's what I'll do while I start packing. I think all of them are on HBO right now. That could be fun. That is one of the things. Do you guys remember? I don't know if they still do this because I haven't had Family Channel in ages, but Family Channel used to do Harry Potter weekends. I would literally turn on the TV in my room and just leave the Harry Potter weekend on. And I would listen to the Harry Potter movies while I was doing whatever I had to do, homework, cleaning, screwing around, whatever it was. Um, I would do it all to the Harry Potter. It was one of my favorite background things because you know what's happening. And it's just Oh, it's just wonderful. They were on USA last weekend. Nice. So good. Oh, I love me some Harry Potter. And I completely how did we even oh, the notebook. The notebook. Y'all, I was trying to talk about goals and you got me on Harry Potter. Oh my gosh. All of that to say, thanks to my Marauders map journal, one of the like all I'm writing about is like what I think I want my goals to be like. And I actually wrote down like I think I have 4 or 5 of my 8 goals already solidified in my head. Like I know what I want to be. It's totally okay, Rosie. I will never complain about talking about Harry Potter. I will never complain about it. I love Harry Potter. Love it. Um and um but I've been thinking about goals all the time. The new goals. I have resisted the urge to sit down and do my power sheets prep already. I'm like, I have to wait until at least December, right? Like, even if I'm not going to cultivate your year live, I should wait and let things marinate and whatever. But I have come up with my health goal. I have come up with how I'm going to measure progress for business this year. And that's going to be two separate goals. And because I consider my coaching business, and well, I guess no, it's not. It's not two separate goals. One is like a big business goal, one specifically a YouTube goal. Um, and um, what else? And one of my goals has to do with Gracie. So like, is that really a goal? I'm making it a Power Sheets goal because it is something that I have to actively work towards to achieve. But like I have all of these ideas. And then of course there's like I have three or four other spaces. What the heck am I supposed to do with those? So I'm not totally there yet, but like I can't stop thinking about like let's just plan out the new year. Let's just plan out the new year. And then of course, you know what's going to happen is the new year is going to come. I'm going to be gung ho and then out of nowhere like something is going to throw my life into a spiral and God only knows what's going to happen. But ooh, you posted pictures in the Discord? Plan where? Diva chat probably. Loading. Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. So you can buy the stand and then the wand you go through the experience. That that is super classy looking. I would 110% display that in my office. 110%. That is beautiful. Yeah, yeah. The next time I go, I think we have to do the whole shebang. Like get some extra pieces of merch, do the wand thing, all of that. I really was like, oh, I don't want to spend the money on that. I don't want to ask my husband to spend the money on that. But I think that would be worth the experience. I really do. Because it'd be fun. Why the heck not? Love it. I love it. I love it, y'all. Um, yeah. So goals have been on my mind. Reading has been on my mind. I just finished a great little Halloween read. I didn't finish it the week of Halloween like I wanted to, but the X Hex, super cute little book. A little bit spicy, but not too spicy, but still spicy enough. And just a fun little story. And I told you guys I joined Book of the Month. I've got like three Book of the Month club books that I need to that are like fun fiction. I'm opting for like the romance, the light ones. Um, is it true that you flick it and stuff happens? Yeah, there's supposed to be places where if you stand in specific places and flick it, stuff will happen. Yeah. I don't know about California, but I know that that's the case in Florida. Um, you can do the experience without buying a wand there. They do have really good choices. Then you can do the magic around the park. Yeah, no, if I was gonna do it, like how much are the wands? Do you remember? Are they like $65 or something? I feel like that's because like it wasn't if I recall, and I'd only researched a little bit, but like it wasn't like astronomical, but it wasn't cheap either. like um just enough where you'd have to be like, I'm dedicated to the cause, I'm gonna do it. 55 for interactive. Okay. Okay. All right. That's not so bad. And then you have it as a keepsake forever. You have it as a keepsake forever. And I assume the stand is sold separately. Okay. All right. And then here's the thing. If you bought the wand once, you could bring it to the park, right? Right? Tell me if I'm wrong. Or do you have to buy an interactive one every time? Or could you buy the wand once? And then if I go to Harry Potter World again 2 years later, can I bring my wand and still do all the fun stuff? Because if that's the case, then that would be totally worth it. Like, oh, why is my connection unstable? Rude. Did I cut out there at all, y'all? Apparently my connection was unstable. Bring your wand every time. Yeah, see? I don't know. Now I just want to go to the parks. I've been dying to go to Orlando and do stuff. I want to go to Disney. I wanna do all the Disney things. My friend who works for Disney apparently now works for the Disney Cruise Lines. I wanna message her and be like, "So, couples cruise, let's go, like, for real?" Like, I wanna do all the things. Had some loading yeah, all of a sudden, my internet crapped out on me for a second. I don't know, but hopefully, it didn't my using my bandwidth isn't screwing with my husband's work, but yeah. Yeah. So, is there anything else we wanna talk about, y'all? Is there anything else? I don't even know what I came on here to talk about, but I feel like this was a very productive conversation. Talked a little bit about goals, talked a little bit about packing. That's all I got, man. I've been working on the intuitive eating book. Read yesterday about 6-year-olds having eating disorder, which really got to me last night. I just feel like it would be stuffed in a drawer. Yeah, well, if you do it like Amberly did and you get the stand, then it'll be displayed. Um, the wand holster I made. You made a wand holster? Oh my gosh. So you just clip it to your I love that. Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that. Oh, and the Slytherin stand has this that's really cool. I love that. I love that. For those of you that are watching this on replay and have no idea where I am looking, Amberly is a member of the Patreon, and thus she has access to the Discord channel, and that is where she's posting everything is over on Discord. So that's where that's where I keep hopping over to see all of her pictures. Um, oh, you did. No, I will definitely talk about that. So, as Rosie said, I have a Black Friday sale coming. And here are some of the details. I want to make sure that I get it right here. So here's what I've opted to do. The Black Friday sale for coaching is for one-on-one coaching. And what I'm doing is it is for people who want to buy the 3-month commitment in one sum. So, what it's going to be is it is a 12-week program normally, like 3 months, right? 12-week commitment, and my normal price is $300 a month. And what the sale is going to be is if you commit to the um the 3 months at a time, which would normally be $900, you get $100 off. So it'd be $800. And because it's a Black Friday sale and I want to sweeten the pot a little bit, what you will also get is an extra week. So it'd be 13 weeks instead of 12. And that includes like the access to me on Voxer and Marco Polo check-ins and all of that. And that's the like the big thing. And that's the big difference between one-on-one coaching and like the Patreon coaching. Patreon coaching only gets check-ins every other week. It all happens on their tracker and everything. If you want access to me, you get daily access to me via the app Voxer, which is great for people who require accountability, have a lot of questions, need to be talked off the ledge. Trust me, I needed to be talked off the ledge by my coach on more than one occasion. And so that is where the ultimate benefit of one-on-one lies. And so for the $800, you get an extra week of that all access. And then you also get what I'm going to be including is one 60-minute call and two 30-minute calls. So it ends up being one call a month. But for the Black Friday sale, I'm going to throw in a third 30-minute call for you to schedule. So what'll happen is you'll sign up and you will get access to all of your calls all at once so you can schedule them when you want. And then the extra call, the extra 30-minute call and the extra week of coaching is part of the bonus plus the $100 off. So it's $800 for all of those things for one-on-one coaching. Here is the awesome part though. I'm going to let you guys buy it now to use later. So I'm going to have the Black Friday sale, my birthday sale. It's going to launch on my birthday. That sale is going to happen in November. But sorry, the garbage truck is coming by. But if you're like, oh, I want to do it, but I don't want to start yet. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do coaching during the holidays. I got you. So you can buy it now, have it on reserve. And then if you want to start in January, you want to start in February, I probably will do the cutoff like you need to start by March 1st. But you can put it off and redeem the 13 weeks later. So for people who are like, I know I want to do a cut. I have a couple people that I know want to do a cut the same time I'm doing a cut. So we're all cutting together. So you can do that. You can buy, let's say you buy on my birthday on the 14th, and you're like, okay, so here's the plan, and we can get all situated, and then we will pick a start date, and your planned start date can be the same as mine, whatever, and then we will go on our merry way. So your week one would start, if you're going with me, it would start on January 24th, like me. Just as an example. I assume you can do this without calories and macros. Yeah, I mean, my preference is that we do calories and macros, but I like to individualize things for people. What I Yes, yes. Um, it would be harder for me to be willing to coach people who want to do Weight Watchers. Um, but knowing your history and knowing the kind of things that have worked for you, Rosie, with like meal structure and focusing on things like that, we can absolutely work something out, because I know you and I could we could figure out what works for you. And that's the thing, within reasonable nutritional guidelines. I want to find what works for you, and when we start, I want to meet you where you're at. So for example, people often have a freak out about the protein. um, but instead of being like, okay, let's see what you normally eat, and it's 70 grams of protein, and I'm like, JK, you need to eat 165 grams of protein. First, I'm going to try to get you up to like 90 grams of protein, 100 grams of protein, and then gradually we would modify your macros to get you up to the goal that I want you to get. So I'm happy to meet you where you're at, but that's the reason that we have the discovery call, right? For people who need the discovery call, which is a free call. So the process is, for the Black Friday deal, you have to apply, because just because you want it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to work together. You have to apply. Then we have to do the free discovery call and determine whether or not you and I will gel well together. And I'm not speaking to you directly, Rosie. You and I have worked together multiple times, so it's totally fine. I'm speaking to the general public here. But then we do this call, and we'd be like, so what do you tell me about you? Help me to understand you better. What are your expectations? What do you want from me? And then I have to tell you what my expectations of you would be. And together we have to decide whether or not we are in agreement that these are good, that this is a program that you want to be doing, right? So that happens before I even take your money. You apply, and we do the coaching call. So that being said, how many calls in the 12 weeks? The 12 weeks, for the 12-week sale, you would get one 60-minute call to start and three 30-minute calls. So four total for the 13 weeks. And my new structure is one call a month. So you would get a bonus. You have a bonus call. And the reason I bumped down to 30 minutes for the remainder of the calls is, historically, I have found that we do not need 60-minute calls every month. Especially because here's the thing, my one-on-one clients have access to me all the time. So for a lot of people, like, by the time they're like, okay, it's time for my hour-long call, I already know everything that's going on, all of the problems you have been having, because you've been messaging me back and forth every day. So we don't end up needing the 60-minute call. So I wanted to make sure we had call options. So I bumped it down to a 30-minute call, which allows me to take more calls in a day, which is nice. But also, we rarely ever need more than that when it's not the first call we have. So the initial call, when we talk through the plan, talk through everything else, and get everything set up, that needs to be the 60-minute call. And then I do 30-minute calls monthly afterwards. So that is the plan. Do we have any other questions about that? The launch, like I said, the launch date for that sale is going to be on my birthday. Where did I post information about this? I think it was on my Patreon. I gave dates somewhere, and I want to make sure that I am consistent with my dates. Hold, please. I am pretty sure. November calendar. Was it under the November calendar post? Is that where I put it? Yes. Okay. So here are the dates that I put in, because it is a process, right? From application to go time, I have specific dates put in for the sale. So in order to is if you want to partake in the sale of the $100 off extra week and bonus call, you have to have your application submitted by November 28th. And then your discovery call, because after your application is submitted, I will read through your application. And if I'm like, yeah, we'd be a good fit, I'll send you the link to the discovery call. Your discovery call needs to be scheduled by December 4th, and you need to be paid in full by December 19th. Does that make sense? And there's a little bit more leeway with the pay in full. Like if you don't schedule, if we don't get your call in until the 10th or whatever, there could be leeway. That would be on a one-on-one type situation, but in general, those are going to be the rules. So you have to have an application in by November 28th in order to get the discount. So do it. But yeah, FYI, I'm Clubhouse and I was approached for group coaching, and for 12 weeks with 1 hour calls per week, it was $2,500. It was a wake up call. Oh yeah, coaching ain't cheap. Coaching ain't cheap. Which is why it's an investment in yourself. And it's still bizarre for me to put out there like this is how much I cost a month. But you know what? Here's the reality. When I launched, I had an option that was much, much less expensive. And generally speaking, there are exceptions to all the rules, and you all know who you are. But like for most of the people that signed up for the cheapest option, um, they did not put in the level of work that the people who signed up and paid more did. So as I started learning after launch, like, and this is something that is regularly discussed in the training that I am in, because it's not just macro training, it's also business training. You have to charge what you're worth because you want people that are actually going to commit to doing the work, which is why I get so frustrated when I have people who are paying me that are not doing the work. I'm like, you're literally giving me your money every month and you have nothing to show for it because you're not doing the work. Were you not ready to commit to this? So I want people who are ready to be committed to this, whatever it is the goal may be. I want people that are ready, because I don't want to just take your money. I want to have a positive impact on your life. That's what I want. That is where I thrive. I am like, I turn into proud mama whenever my clients do something, make progress, and reach their goals. I turn into proud mama, and I can't turn into proud mama if you don't do the work. Because I don't want your money. I want to be paid for the work that I am doing, but I want to make sure that I'm doing work. And in turn, you have to do work too. That's the deal that we make, as a team. We are a team. I can't do the work for you, and that's on you. And but I'm here to guide you the entire way. That is what a coach does. So yes, coaching is expensive, but in the grand scale, like there are people that I know charge $100 to $200 more than I do that are in my group, like on the same level as me. So yeah, it's not cheap. Uh, but if you dedicate yourself to the cause, it's worth it, which is exactly why I am like, I'm sitting here going, as again, going back to thinking about my goals, right? I'm like, do I like part of me, this is all the hot mess that is my brain. So part of me being in maintenance right now, I'm unsettled in my body because I'm like, I just want to cut. I just want to just 5 pounds, just 10 pounds. Like I do a little bit of it now. And I'm like, no, you're not allowed to do that. Like that is deviating from the plan, and you should not be deviating from the plan. And actually, I want to share a post with you guys that spoke to me. Let me find it. It's from Juan D Wellness, and she every day when she posts, she is speaking to me. And her post yesterday: if you're feeling uncomfortable in your skin right now, but you're pushing through the discomfort because you know dieting isn't the answer, you're a badass. Keep going. It will be worth it. And I'm just going to read her whole post. I see you. Whether you're in a healing health phase, at maintenance, reverse dieting, surplus building, I know what this feeling is like. It's uncomfortable. But you know what would be more uncomfortable? Being in the same place, running around in circles, or on the same hamster wheel of madness. How's that working for you now? Dieting isn't the answer. at least not for now. It's taking you further away from your long-term goals. I'll tell you what though, it gets easier as time goes on. If you're there, keep going. It's so worth it. Keep showing up for your future self. You're working on something pretty amazing. That's me. That's me right now. Like it's a oh my gosh, I don't like just a little bit. I'm feeling fluffy. You know? And but I'm focused on I'm not deviating from this plan. I'm continuing to eat in maintenance because in a couple of months, I know I'm going into fat loss. And that is going to be my sole focus. And I have to remember that that is okay. Like I want to be doing I want to be coaching other people, and that is important, and doing my work and my content creation is important, but my content creation is going to be almost solely based on what I'm doing in this weight loss part of my journey again. And so my primary focus will be the cut when the time comes, which is going to take work and focus and dedication and getting my lousy butt up and getting my steps in, even though it'll be negative 15 outside and I'm not going to like it. Um, and so, all of that to say, that's why I pay a coach because I need her to walk alongside me in this journey and help me stay focused. I have to do the work. It's going to be all about what I'm doing and my health goal for the year. I can tell you this now. Spoiler alert: I have one health goal, and it is to do the cut. That's my only health goal this year. And what that's going to mean and what the action steps are going to be will vary based on where I'm at and what I need to focus on and whatever. But like that singular thing is one of my 8 goals this year. That's it. So the coaching, which I pay the same amount of money that you guys pay me for my coaching. And it's worth every penny. It's worth every penny to have somebody walk alongside you. Coaching is an interesting experience. It was nothing like what I was expecting, and I didn't hit the goals I was expecting, but I did different things than I ever expected I would. Yes, yes, you did. And the progress you made, while not necessarily what you were expecting to make, like you said, has been huge, has been wildly huge. And you're a different person than what you when you signed up, which I love seeing the progress that you've made. And most of it has been up here. I started following this one account a while back when I started following more body positive and intuitive eating accounts, and it was the perfect inspirational pick me up. Yep. Um, yeah, and that's how I feel about Juan. Juan always says the right thing. She always says exactly what I need to hear every day without fail. So I love following her. And she is a fellow macro mentorship coach. Like that's what I'm following a lot of people who are in or were in previously the same program that I'm doing. So it's a lot of like-minded humans, and it helps me a lot. It helps me a lot. Oh, Meg Boggs. I follow Meg Boggs. It's loading. My internet is being a pain. But yeah, I definitely follow. If I'm thinking of the person that I'm thinking of, I'm almost positive that I follow her. Yep. So yeah. Anyway, now that I've been rambling for almost an hour, Rosie, did that answer your question? And does anybody else have any questions that they need answered before I sign off for the day and actually go lift? I know today is supposed to be my rest day, but since I'm not working out on Friday, I'm switching things around. And to give my arms a break, I'm doing leg day today. I haven't done leg day in a very long time. A very long time. Because I always skip leg day. Leg day is Friday. I'm going up and down the stairs. I'm cleaning. I'm on the elliptical. I don't need to do leg day, like an official formal leg day. I'm going to do leg day today. And I haven't done it in so long. I've been struggling with my weight gain, but I started watching videos of Meg lifts and suddenly I'm like, who cares if the scale keeps going up? I did, but I also figured it'd be a good thing for you to talk about. Yes, Rosie, it was. And I actually intended on talking about it and completely forgot because y'all distracted me with Harry Potter. Which is why y'all are my people. Which is why y'all are my people. I'm still sore from Saturday's leg day. Yeah, I need to be careful because I have a lot I need to do. So I can't overly tax myself, but I have not lifted for my legs in a very long time. And so I'm gonna do lighter just to make sure I don't hurt myself too bad because I am very, very good at getting, especially with my deadlifts. I get up there in the booty muscles and it hurts. It hurts bad. um, but it's all good. It's all good. So I need to go do that and do a little bit more content creation and maybe actually finish off the one video that I've been working on. So I can get that uploaded. And oh, and the last thing, I haven't decided what I want to do, but I've been loving just hopping on live. I've been loving hopping on live. So I'm trying to decide if I want to do something like weekday chats or something while I'm in Florida. I don't know, maybe share like my Advent devotional for the day, just have some coffee with y'all. Is that something that you guys would be interested in? Like totally low key, messy bun, sweats, maybe even pajamas, not at all put together. But just like I'm having my coffee and I'm doing my devos and here's what I'm thinking about for today and whatever's on my mind. Um, and an opportunity for us to chat every day at like, I don't know, 10 a.m. Eastern time, something like that. Um, just as something different, you know? Like the Hollis morning show, but just me. No Hollis is present. Um, I'm kind like that has been on my heart the last couple of days. I'm like, what if I just pop open my computer and do something real low key, even if it's only 20 or 30 minutes during the week? Does that sound like something you guys would attend? Sounds like yes. Okay. I'll let y'all know. I'll let y'all know because I just love talking to you guys. And as long as I know that my chatty Kathy's over here, not to be offensive to you, actual Kathy who's here, but my crew, my normal crew. Um, as long as I know you guys will be present, then that would be a lot of fun, I think, for us to hang out. Yeah, yeah. So I think that might be fun. Anyway, y'all have given me a lot to think about. I hope I've given you some stuff to think about today. I'm going to go get some work done. Thank you for hanging out. I love you all, and I'll talk to you later.